Hi there, I'm Mr. Christopher, and let's get straight to the point. The pre-patch for Battle for Azeroth 8.0 comes to World of Warcraft on July 17th, and as you log into this new World of Warcraft, you'll probably want to know what's changed. So here are some of the most important things that are changing in World of Warcraft 8.0. First and foremost, class changes and tweaks are coming for just about every class and spec. Some are changing a lot, some are changing just a little, and some will be changing in 8.1. Due to time constraints, I wasn't able to make any class guides on my channel, but there are plenty of great resources from your favorite WoW YouTubers, and of course the ever-popular Wowhead and Icy Veins websites. Right along with these class changes comes the retirement of our artifact weapons. They've become overcharged and burned out, disabling all traits and abilities they once granted. Some of these traits have been added to your class baseline, others added as talent options, and some removed entirely. Relics can still increase the item level of the weapon, but no other effects are granted. You can still transmog into these appearances, but they are locked to your specialization. Gear is receiving its second stat squish, the first one coming in Warlords of Draenor, and this time the item level of gear is also being squished, so don't be alarmed when your 940 item level character is suddenly peaking just over 200. This change is to make the numbers more readable. It's much easier to read damage and health numbers in the thousands than it is to try to quickly read millions, billions, and so on. Most class cooldowns have been added to the global cooldown, so you won't be able to hit all of your cooldowns at the same time, and using your cooldowns will take a bit more planning. This may feel weird and slow at first, but in my experience with beta, you'll get used to it after a bit. Tank threat has received a significant nerf, reducing threat generation for all tank specs by about 75%. You won't really see much of a change in your everyday dungeoning, but you may have to take some extra care on some pulls, and tanks won't be able to hit a target once and ignore it anymore. The new War Mode system is an overhaul to World PvP, allowing all players on all servers to toggle World PvP on or off in their faction cities of Stormwind and Orgrimmar. When toggled on, War Mode gives you access to extra PvP-oriented talents, which are always on, so you get their benefit even when you aren't fighting other players. You'll also receive extra experience while leveling, and additional resources earned from world quests at max level. This bonus is meant to offset the disruption of engaging in world PvP, so War Mode is not intended to make leveling faster. Professions are receiving a full overhaul. First Aid is removed as a secondary profession and moved into tailoring. And each profession is now divided into tiers for each expansion's content, so you no longer need to level from 1 to 7 or 800 before crafting current items. This does mean you will need to level using each expansion's materials should you want items from that tier, but it makes current content easier to get started on. Communities, along with a new social UI, are being added, giving you more options to communicate with players for a specific purpose, or just to be a part of more groups of people. This new system is heavily borrowed from Diablo 3, which was implemented with great success in finding people to participate in a wide variety of content. New character customization options have been added, allowing male orcs to finally stand up straight, and blood elves have new face options with golden eyes. You don't have to make new characters to enjoy these new options, however, as the barber has learned some new skills and can now make these changes for your current characters. You can also change your skin tone at the barber. I don't know how they do it, but some questions are best left unanswered. For you pet battlers out there, pet charms are receiving an overhaul. Charms received during Legion content will be converted to a new currency called Shiny Pet Charms, which will be used to collect pets and toys from the Dalaran pet vendors. And a new currency called Polished Pet Charms have been added, and are earned by completing Battle for Azeroth content. The training stones and other pet items will now be sold for Polished Pet Charms. The cost for Ultimate Battle Training Stones is also being increased to 60 Polished Pet Charms, up from 45. Lastly, the two pre-patch quest lines have been introduced to the game, the Burning of Teldrassil and the Battle for Lordaeron, detailing the events that sparked the new war between the Alliance and the Horde. No spoilers here, so go check them out and see for yourself. Mage Tower appearances are no longer available to be unlocked, but any appearances you've managed to unlock are available to transmog into. Content from Battle for Azeroth, including the Heart of Azeroth, Azerite traits and gear, and the new continents will not be available until the release of the full expansion on August 14th, or 13th if you're in certain parts of the globe. So take this time to get used to your class changes and explore what new content has arrived so far. If you have any more questions about what's included, what's not included, and what's changing in the 8.0 pre-patch, leave a comment and I'll answer any questions you have as best I can. Hopefully this summed up the pre-patch for you in a nice, neat package. I know I'm tired of watching videos that take 3 minutes to get to the point, so I wanted to give you the information you want without all the filler. If you like the sounds of that, consider clicking the subscribe button and leaving a like to tell me I'm on the right track. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. Christopher, signing off.